Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the all-new Tacoma, so it's been completely redesigned. I don't remember what generation this is on now. Fourth, probably? I don't know. I'll correct myself on the screen. Anyway, big changes this year. Body styling, obviously. Much more sleek, less of the overhang lip and all of that stuff on the front grille. So a lot different than it was before. The V6 engine is gone. It is now turbocharged 4 cylinders or a hybrid setup. Those are the only options for this truck. Honestly, I don't mind this turbo in here. This little 4-cylinder is a pretty good engine, and it still tries to make tough guy sounds. They ran baffling underneath. If you climb underneath, I'm not gonna, but I have. If you climb underneath and look, you can see where they ran the exhaust underneath the driver's seat to give it a little bit of a rumble under there. And then it has an oversized muffler on the back, so it probably has some baffling inside it to create more of that noise, and a trumpet end on the exhaust. So sounds good for 4-cylinder. I'm really impressed with that. This is the TRD Off-Road model. This is a capable all-around off-road truck. The thing that should give it away for most of you as far as the off-road, besides the badging, are these tires. These are the trail terrains, so they are good off-road all-around tires, but they are not as beefy or chunky or as grippy as, say, if you go to like a BF Goodrich Wrangler or something like that. I think I said the right one. No, BF Goodrich is these. Goodyear Wrangler, there you go. So you'll see that on the higher end serious off-road models, but I was amazed. This has somewhere close to 8 or 9 inches of reach on the back. Those wheels go a long way. The Bilsteins will really stretch out and the springs will really let it go. So nicely done there. This is a good off-road truck. I have no complaints as far as getting it around off-road. The turbo is nicely mitigated and controlled, so you're not losing traction like you do in, say, the Ford Ranger. It's just all around very, very good. The interior is good. This has the giant screen and a few other things. I'll show you photos. I'm not going to climb in and out of it today. It is hot. I'm trying to get this fast. Then the biggest complaint with the interior, though, back seat, much smaller than in some other trucks. It is for comparable, to compare, it's about the size of the back seat in the Ford Ranger, which is pretty cramped. So Chevy and Jeep both have better back seats as far as these smaller mid-sized trucks go. Honestly though, I have very few complaints about this truck. Fuel economy is good. Drive quality is pretty good on the highway. I drove it for a lot of highway miles. Almost 200, really had no issues. It's comfortable and nice. They have fixed the seating. So one of my #1 complaints with the Tacomas of the past has been the seat. Has always felt like a car seat. It's always a little too low and a little too tilted, and you have too much foot. There's the dead pedal in this still could use some improvement. I would, if it was me owning it, I would still bolt on something to make it a little taller, so you have a better foot plant when you're off-roading. But it is better than it was before, and the pedals are situated a little flatter and a little more forward, so you're not reaching for them like you were in the previous generations. So there have been improvements. Toyota's been listening to what people have talked about. There have been plenty of improvements. I really like just the overall look and design. In fact, let me move the camera and let's talk about the design, because it is important to this new truck. So you can see it's a lot different than it was before. The front, like I said, there's no front lip anymore. It's now flat. They've overdone these. This is mostly on this model. Other models have smaller ones. My only complaint with these is they are sort of stain attractants. You can maybe see some splotchy on the back where mud has kind of stained it a little bit. That stuff is a pain to clean off. But for the most part, I mean, if you buy one of these, you're probably going to swap these out for something cooler anyway. But I really like the overall design. So the hood is in line with new Toyota SUVs like the Land Cruiser and upcoming 4Runner. So it's more in line with that. Flatter, couple couple of things on the end here and a divot down the one side of those to make a channel. And then you can see how the overall roof line is roughly the same as it was before. I forgot to wear a hat, so my hair is kind of blowing all over the place. But with this little crease right here, which is for ostensibly for airflow, I think it's mostly for looks. But you can see the body paneling is still simple the way it was before. All the beefiness is in the fenders. So the body paneling cuts in really hard for these kind of pseudo rock rails. They are hard, but they're still plastic. So you're running along here, and then you can see the beefiness again where it bulges more here. And it's really cool that they integrated this filler cover with that, so that it's kind of a cool thing. And then, of course, the wheels are okay. These are nice looking TRD wheels, but what most everybody knows about is the gimmick now. So this is a new thing that Toyota did with this. So you can open it with, there's one of these on either side as long as the key's within range. You can also close it. Otherwise, standard Toyota bed, they have got away from those plastic. No, they haven't. This is still plastic. I thought it was rubber. Well, still got the plastic bed liner. This has the rubber insert that gets stolen the minute you buy the thing and park it anywhere in the city, but you know. Electric third window on this one. That's an option, but I don't know that you can see from that angle. I'll have to move the camera, but I want you to see this back seat. So pretty cramped back there. The front seat is set for me. I'm at 6'3", and that's still a fairly, for me, a lot of knee bend, more than I would want in order to create this back here. There are some nice things though. There's the storage spots underneath the seats. So you got storage that goes most of the way across. That's kind of a nice thing. USBs plug in the back. There's also a household outlet back here. I think it's rated at, it's 120 volt, but I don't know what the amps are. It doesn't say. I'd be surprised if it's more than 10. So drink holders in the doors. There's two there. There's two on the back right there. They learned something from Ram. And then over there on the other side, same two drink holders in the doors. Like I said, a little more cramped than I would want. As long as I'm opening doors, I might as well show you the front. I have everything shut off so the radio doesn't play and stuff, but you can see the dead pedal is a little more defined. Those pedals, like I said, are a little more flat and forward, so they're a little easier to operate when you're off-road. And then there's a OMG bar in the middle there by the shifter, and a couple other things. The passenger side has a grab handle, but the driver's side does not. Toyota's still convinced that people will grab the steering wheel and feel comfortable with that. I'm pretty old school. I'm not comfortable with that, so I mostly slide in. I grab the seat and the door, and I try to slide in that way because I'm just not comfortable grabbing a steering wheel. Anyway, yeah, nice interior. Front seating is much more comfortable than it was before. And we'll wrap this up showing you the front end. So, like I said, there's no more lip. There's no overbite on it anymore. It's pretty flat right here. Beefier down here. Still has a good look. I do note that the off-road model, this TRD Off-Road model, has plastic under here instead of metal. That is something you get when you go to the Pro or the Trail Hunter models. You'll go to the TRD hard. So the only hard, now I'm old. I'm having a really hard time remembering. I'm really having a hard time with this word. Skid plates. Anyway, the only hard skid plate on this is the one that's over the transmission down the middle. So they're really, if you want more underbody protection, you have to go up or do it aftermarket. There are tons of aftermarket things for this. They're coming. If they're not already here, they're coming soon. I've already had two outfitters. Just as I've been driving this around, I've already had two outfitters ask me if they could climb underneath and make some measurements. So there is an aftermarket coming for this very, very quickly. So I think that's it. That's what I got for this 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the TRD Off-Road model. I honestly don't think that. I think that most people who are going to go in normal off-roading, they don't really need more than this package. It's reasonably priced. Everything is pretty much there. All you got to do is spend a little bit extra and get those underbody skid plates. But if you really want to go seriously off-road, the TRD Pro and the Trail Hunter models are super competitive now. The stuff they put on those is great. I'm hoping to see one soon. So there you go. That's what I got. 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.